Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and finish off these notes. We're going to start by reading. So Nathan is standing in a meadow exactly 185 feet from the base of El Capitan. So here's Nathan, okay? He's standing 185 feet. There we go. Away from the base of El Capitan. Now remember, El Capitan is like this big cliff mountain range that we were working with, okay? At 11 a.m., he observed Emily climbing up the wall and determined that his angle of sight up to Emily is about 10 degrees. Okay, so again, Emily is climbing up the wall. So let's just say this is Emily right here. Nathan's head looks up 10 degrees. So here's Nathan, and his head has to look up like this, 10 degrees to see Emily climbing up. If Nathan's eyes, so we can't forget about the 6 feet, I always forget about this, are 6 feet above the ground, how high is Emily at 11 a.m.? So they're asking us, how high is Emily? This is my triangle. Again, I am going to redraw it kind of nicely over to the side. So we have a nice triangle to work with. We have our right triangle. This is Emily. This is Nathan. I have a 10-degree angle, and it's 185 right here. How high is Emily? X. We are looking for how high Emily is. Again, we're going to start by labeling our sides. So here's my opposite side. I have my hypotenuse, which we're not using today, and then we're working with our adjacent side. So opposite and adjacent is tangent. Tangent, whenever we see opposite and adjacent, the two sides that we're working with, that means we're working with tangent. So let's set up our equation. So the tangent of the angle, which is 10 degrees, is equal to the opposite side over the adjacent side. Put this over 1. Now again, if you have the exact answer, you would just say tan of 10 times 185, and that's your answer. We're actually going to find the tangent of 10. Okay, so we're going to go through and we're going to find the tangent of 10. And I'm getting 0.18, 0.176, however you guys are rounding. And then you can go ahead and cross multiply to get your x value. So 185 times that 0.18, I'm getting about 33.3 feet. So Emily is about 33 feet off the ground. But what did Miss Botica forget? Don't forget that that represents this right here, 33.3. But, of course, what I always forget is this extra 6 feet off the ground. So we have to add 6 to it. So our final answer is about 39.3 feet off the ground. So Emily is about 39.3 feet-ish, 39 feet-ish off the ground. Okay? At 11:30, Emily has climbed some more. Okay, so here's our picture again. So you have Nathan standing on the ground. Here's Nate Dog. Okay, he's still standing the same distance away. Here's your mountain. He's still standing 185 feet away. This is forming a right angle, we're hoping. And Emily has climbed higher, so she's way up here now at the top. So Nathan's angle of sight, he obviously now has to look up higher to see Emily. So the angle, he's looking up not just 10 degrees, now he has to look up 25 degrees to see Emily. So how far did she climb in the past 30 minutes? Okay, so let's figure this out. Well, again, we're finding this how high Emily is right here. So we're setting this up the same way. I can draw my little right triangle that we're using. Here, this is now 25 degrees. The 185 stays the same, and the x stays the same. So almost exactly the same. Tangent of 25 is equal to x over 185. Okay, the only difference is now we're taking the tangent of 25, which is giving me 0.47 approximately. And then you guys can go ahead and cross multiply. 185 times 0.47. I'm getting about 86.95 feet. Again, we can add in this extra 6 feet at the bottom. Add in the 6 feet at the bottom. And I'm getting that she is approximately 92.95 feet up. Okay, so she was 39 feet up. Again, if I cut this and paste this over it, look at, she was about 39 feet up, and now she's 92 feet up. Let's read the question. The question says, how far did she climb? Okay, so again, here's Emily. She was 39 feet up. Now she's 92. So she was at 39.3 feet. Now she's at 92.95 feet. They're asking us, how far did she climb? What is this number right here? So she climbed, in my calculator, 92.95 minus 39.3. So she climbed about 53.65 feet. She climbed. Okay, so again, you're looking for the difference in how high she went. So again, she was down here. This was our 10-degree angle to start with. Then it went up to that 25-degree angle. And so that's why we had to subtract those two. So if Emily climbed another 32 feet higher, at what angle would Nathan have to look? So let's draw our little picture. So here's Nate Dog. He's still standing 185 feet away. The mountain is still right here. And Emily climbed 32 feet higher than this. Whew. So we're going to add the 32 onto that, but then we have to subtract. Don't forget, guys, we have to subtract this 6 feet. This silly 6 feet that I keep having to forget. So she climbed 32 feet higher, so 92.95 plus the 32 extra feet. But then again, we have to subtract off this 6 feet to just work with our triangle. So we're working with about 118.95. So she is 118.95 feet above his sight line. Okay, above his sight line. And they're asking us to find his angle, which is theta, right here. They're like, hey, let's go ahead and find his angle right here. So we're going to set this up, and again, we're going to label our sides. We're working with the opposite side, right here. We do not have the hypotenuse, but we are working with the adjacent side. Now I'm looking for an angle, which means I'm using inverse. So the tangent of theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. Okay, and we can flip it immediately, guys. Theta equals tan, inverse tan -1, 118.95 divided by 185. And that is just what you guys were putting in your calculator, exactly like this. Keep in mind you have to hit second first to get your answer, but I'm getting theta to be approximately 32.73 degrees. Okay, so he's looking up about 32 degrees to see that as he looks up. Okay, so that's what we're going to finish. We're going to skip this for now, unless I'm in class with you guys tomorrow, which hopefully I am. We're going to skip that for now, and then you guys are just going to finish your homework, your review and your preview. And again, this has to get in by 4:30 today. So, yeah, because you're watching this on Friday morning. So, yeah, by 4:30 today. I'm talking to you from the future. All right, I'll see you guys.